What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be working on some custom headlights for the 350Z. Okay guys, so this is the headlight right here. It is a DE style. We're gonna go ahead and add in this sequential LED strip. This is gonna turn into some turn signals as well as be just a daylight running LED for the housing right here. So we're gonna go ahead and pop these into the oven. I already have my oven set to, it's gonna hit 170 degrees. You don't want it to be too hot. You just want it to be able to heat up the glue so that way we can pop the lens off. You don't want it to be too hot because you don't want to warp the actual plastic housing. You just want it hot enough to release the glass or the plastic lens from the actual housing itself. Okay guys, so pretty much before you throw it into the oven, you just want to go ahead and take off anything that you don't want to go into the oven. Now, I usually take off all these harnesses, but I'm not gonna leave it in there for too long, maybe about 5 to 10 minutes, so it shouldn't be an issue. I'm just gonna go ahead and tuck them so that way it doesn't melt on the racks. You're gonna wanna go ahead and take off this here. And yeah, pretty much just tuck your wires so that way they're out of the way and not rubbing on any of the actual oven racks. Okay guys, so before I actually go put it in the oven, if you guys notice, there's gonna be some Phillips head screws all around the headlight actually holding in the lens. We're gonna go ahead and take those out before we throw that into the oven. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and take off this plastic cover that they have protecting the lens, so that way we don't get this melted all over the lens itself. Okay, so now this is ready to go in the oven. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven. You wanna make sure that your rack is all the way to the bottom, and then you wanna put the actual headlight with the headlight lens facing up. Do not point it facing down. You will burn the lens. Also, make sure your oven is big enough for you to actually fit the headlight in there all the way completely, because you need to shut the door. Okay guys, so the headlight is now in the oven. We're just gonna put it in there for about 10 minutes, nothing too long. We're gonna take it out, just check it, make sure the glue is pliable enough to take the lens off, and if it isn't, we'll put it in for a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wait 10 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take it out right now. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and try to start pulling this apart. There's gonna be tabs along the side that you wanna just kind of pry apart. Here, you just pull it up so that when you pull it, it doesn't get caught on the tabs. Try not to get this goo on the silver chrome. Kind of pull it away. Just like this. There we go. Okay guys, so we're gonna pop out this black insert right here on the lens. We're gonna go ahead and take this Phillips screwdriver and take off the 2 screws on the inside. Just like that. Then, I don't like to touch the inside of the lens because once you get it on the car, obviously you can't be cleaning it. So try not to touch the inside, but you're just gonna go ahead and find the edges and just pull it up. Just like this. And the whole section should be able to come out like that. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and pop this amber reflector off. All you do is you come in the back, you pop the top out like this, and then you just run your finger down, and there's little tabs that you just gonna wiggle out like that. So this is out. We're gonna go ahead and spray this black. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna go ahead and paint this black. Simple. Don't want to put too many coats on at a time, so we're just gonna go ahead and let this dry and spray one more good coat, and that'll be it. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and let this dry. We're gonna go work on the rest of the headlight before we go ahead and reinstall everything. Okay guys, on my previous set of headlights, I went ahead and blacked out this chrome over here. But I'm actually not gonna do that for this one. I kind of like the look of it. It looks more clearer and shinier when you leave it chrome. So we're gonna leave this as it is. Now we're gonna figure out the placement for the LEDs. So the way the turn signal works is it goes from the wire end to the opposite end. So I want the wire end to be on the inside, so that when I turn the signal on, it's gonna be like this. Now I want it to be kind of like this. So run along the bottom, about halfway up, and then halfway up here. So I'm kind of using this turn signal top shelf as like my midway point. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mark kind of like where this ends right here. Just for reference, I'm gonna go ahead and put a piece of tape about where I want it to stop. So about here. Then I'm gonna take my insert and lay it back into the housing. Then I'm gonna find where the edge of the tape is. I'm just gonna put a line with my finger. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and stick the LED strip on. The blue side is the adhesive side. It actually came on both sides of this LED strip. I went ahead and stripped off the blue tape from the back side, so that way it'll be more of a diffused look instead of having the single LEDs shown up. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take the blue tape off. I'm gonna be using some super glue to adhere it to the insert, so that way it doesn't fall off over time, just as an extra precaution, because I don't really want to have to take the headlights apart over and over again to re-stick it onto the housing. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and lay the bottom section. Now it's very important that you glue this section down, especially if you want to keep this corner tight, because of the way that the bend goes. It'll put a lot of pressure along the adhesive to pull up, so you want to make sure that you glue it down good. So we're gonna go ahead and put the rest here. I'm gonna add some super glue so that way this doesn't fall off like that, and then we should be good for putting it back into the lens housing. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and put this black reflector back in. There we go. So now this is all blacked out. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and make a slot right in the back here, so that way this wire can tuck nicely and it doesn't get pinched. I'm just gonna use a grinder. I'm gonna make a little slot. I'll show you guys when it's done. Okay guys, so I just made a slot. As you guys can see, the wire can tuck in nicely like this and it won't get pinched along the edge. So now we're gonna go ahead and put this back into the lens itself. So you see that tucked in nicely along the edges. Now we're gonna go ahead and pop this back onto the housing. So if you can see in the top shelf, I'm gonna stick the wire through this separation right here, and it's gonna lead all the way to the back where you put the headlight bulb. So you see it'll come out the back just like this. So now we can go ahead and route this. So the top has a little lip that this needs to slide under, so make sure you at least get that section lined up. We're gonna throw this back in the oven so that way the glue gets more soft, and then we can just push it back together. Okay guys, so this should only take a couple of minutes to go ahead and re-soften the glue to push it back together. So we'll leave it in here for a couple minutes and then come back. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pop it out. Okay guys, so I got the lens on. As you guys can see, the LED strip is nicely tucked in there. Good thing we glued it down, because it did get pinched right here, but it's gonna just hold it in place. If we didn't glue it down, it would pull it right off of the insert. So while it's still warm, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the screws back in the lens. So next we have to wire up the LED strip. So if you guys can see that, this is the wires for the LED light. It's actually pretty simple. The black is ground, the yellow is gonna be the power from your turn signal, and the red is gonna be power from your parking light or whatever trigger wire you wanna use as the power wire. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna tap into this harness right here from the main power. I'm gonna tap into the turn signal, which is on the top. It's gonna be the green with the black stripe. And then I'm gonna tap into the parking light, which is gonna be this wires down here. Okay guys, so I have my loom nicely wrapped and tapped in. See these wires are here, they're into the original harness of the headlight. So here's the finished product. We're gonna go ahead and throw it in the car. I think it looks really good. We're gonna go ahead and put it on the car, see how it looks. Yo, it works. Let's go ahead and turn on the turn signals. Whoa. Okay guys, so this is the LED lights now on. Can you push the hazards? Christine's gonna go ahead and push the hazards, and I'm gonna show you guys how the sequential works. Oh, well, it's super bright, but I don't know if you guys can see. It's going towards the outside. There is something weird though, like it doesn't do this section right here on both sides. Like I don't know if something's wrong. When I tested the lights before, they did work, but for some reason now, like it doesn't work on both of them. So it's not that big of a deal. It's only gonna be on when I go ahead and turn the blinkers on, but the LED, the white LED works. So that's the main thing. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Make sure you guys give us a big thumbs up. Drop a comment down below and let me know what you guys think of the new headlights for the 350Z. And we'll catch you guys in the next one, alright? Peace out and stay good.